Scorpio, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do your soulmate predictions for the first half of August. We're going to take a look at their feelings for you, your feelings for them, the mutual energy, the recent past, as well as the immediate future. Thank you for tuning in, for sharing this space with me today. It's a pleasure to be reading for you. I just got really excited and realized the opening ceremony are going live this afternoon. I'm reading and posting on the same day. And I think I'm going to wait because it's kind of like a night thing right here in the States where we get to take in the opening ceremony in the evening time. But being in Paris 5 hours ahead of us, it's happening pretty much in the next hour of 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. So I hope you all enjoy the ceremonies tonight. Momentous occasion. I love the Summer Olympics, and I think in Paris it's going to be very romantic. They're going to be in a boat with the opening ceremony tonight, so it should be really interesting. All right, Scorpio. Let's call Spirit in. Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Scorpio today. All right, so we're going to go straight into your pre-shuffled oracle message. I'm putting my glasses on so I can make sure this comes into focus because it's blurry for me nonetheless without glasses. So I thought your message was really interesting because I saw a wild turkey yesterday and I decided to read up about it because it was a turkey tail feather. Coincidentally, they're actually really well known for stealing the cash of squirrels. What does that have to do with you? I just found it interesting that this was about gathering acorns for a turkey, but as it applies to humans, this is about gathering wisdom, right? Acorns are symbolic of life experience, lessons, knowledge. But as it pertains to a relationship, what it really means is that it's symbolic of a very important relationship that's being planted, the seeds at this time. So I believe that in the cards, we're going to see perhaps a new soulmate emerging for you, Scorpio, that could very well be a teacher for you or an opportunity for you to be a teacher. So let's see as we progress what the tarot wants to say. But it's all about wisdom, sharing your wisdom with another. Some of you are already in a connection where you feel like there's a lot of wisdom that is shared and learned together as you go, right? But this is about learning the lessons, and some of you, it may be around repeating the patterns and seeing how it has played out in your life with a particular person. So in what scenarios do you find yourself, this is like Groundhog Day. I think I'm experiencing the same thing. So let's get into it. Multiple meanings there with the acorn, but ultimately it's about wisdom, life experience, knowledge, and paying more attention, right, to the energies that are happening that seem to be on repeat. All right. Now we have right off of the bat, this fell out of the deck. We have the Ace of Pentacles showing in their feelings. In this card, you see clouds with a hand coming out. This is the hand of God giving you an opportunity. And this is a real opportunity in the 3D reality, all right? It isn't imagined, all right? This is something that could very well be an aces present opportunities that are new. So this person may be wanting to invest in you, and they could be a brand new person in your life, Scorpio. Platonic or romantic, this is someone that is coming towards you in the spirit of giving to you. Now, your feelings for them, the world. Wow. Yeah. This feels like someone coming in who you've had to get to a certain point in your learning, in your life experience, in your knowledge, where you were ready for this opportunity. Some of you are elevating in your personal relationships where you're calling in new people because the world and your feelings towards this someone, whether they're persons unknown or known, is really, you're looking at moving through a rite of passage, and who you were before and who you were after is not the same. So some of you have gone through radical shifts. I'm hearing this last year, in order to get to this level where you're now ready. You've incorporated these lessons. You've learned how to, and a lot of you, if you don't know this or not, we are in the year of the dragon, which is really the invitation for liberation. All right, Scorpio. And especially as it funnels through our relational experiences, I think that you may not realize the gravity of how powerful the information that you were receiving at this time. around a new opportunity. Some of you might be feeling the undercurrents of someone coming towards you that has been divinely guided, divinely handed to you because you have learned the lessons, Scorpio. I can't wait to see what that is because this doesn't feel like I'm moving away from it. It feels like I'm moving towards something. Recent past, Queen of Wands. Oftentimes when I see this as it relates to relational readings, soulmate readings, this is you being recognized, seen, putting yourself out there, attracting new people. Very alluring and attractive time period that you recently went through where you might have had people, you could be walking down the street. I saw this meme or this, it was hilarious. It was a woman who, she was wearing this cute top, right? And it kind of had these shoulder pad looking things, but they were puffy sleeves. And she's out and about and she puts on a sweater because it was cold, but it made her look like she was a linebacker. And she's like, the whole day, she's like, wow, I mean, I got so much attention. Everyone was noticing me today. I just must be glowing. Well, it was her sweater. And I just thought it was funny because it just makes you laugh that sometimes even the attention that comes maybe like unbeknownst to you, you're being noticed. I think in her case, it really made her feel good, but it was a real funny ha-ha at the end of the day. That the looks she was getting were in fact because she was dressed so interestingly. And she looked like she had huge like football shoulder pads on. So I thought that was pretty funny. Scorpio, beyond my anecdotal stories, I do believe that in the past you were putting yourself out there in a really positive way to others, and you might have found a lot of new people or new energies beginning to emerge in your life, new opportunities because of that. Near future, Queen of Swords. Batting them off with your sword, are you? Batting them off with a stick? There's something around you having to make some wise decisions moving forward about, I'm hearing soulmates. This isn't one particular person. So that the people that you want around you that are going to help you thrive and take you to the next level. Ooh, there is something that you're trying to move away from here. I'm getting this move away from whatever is unhealthy in your life, right? Healthy boundaries. Learning to hold with healthy boundaries. It's one thing to have a boundary. It's a whole nother thing entirely to keep the boundary. Practice your wisdom here. You might be getting some sort of test here, Scorpio, around unhealthy attachments. Knight of Wands. All right, what you don't see coming. This could be someone who just wants your attention, Scorpio, who may not have the best intentions, but we'll see. Let's see. I want to go straight into this devil. I didn't expect that, but who does, right? Ooh, you might have an opportunity that you have a boundary existing, but they might be coming around again. We'll see. Or it could be fears, hyper-independence. Fears around letting anybody in because of your recent past. All right. Why is the devil here, Spirit? For the influence in your overall energy moving forward in your soulmate bonds. Or you could just be going through a really hard time in a connection where it's time to bring in some new energy, some new insights. Six of Pentacles. This is emotional reciprocity. Five of Swords. Ace of Swords. Some of you are dealing with a very difficult dynamic. Whenever I see the Five of Swords, this is, I'm right. No, I'm right. Or power dynamics, power struggles, but actual fighting, misunderstandings, breakdowns in communication. You could have had a massive breakdown in the way you were relating with someone in your life. You know, I don't see a single cup here. So this could be someone who's in a family and there's been strife amongst family members or between you and one person in the family, or this could be a friend or someone at work, okay, because this Ace of Pentacles. So it feels like you might be entering into the arena of wherever you engage with this person with your hackles up and with like this, you know, tiptoeing lightly. You know, the Five of Swords is walking around on eggshells around somebody because you don't know how they're going to respond from day to day to you. I think that you, for whatever reason, you are giving to this, the Six of Pentacles. But at the same time, Spirit is wanting to get your attention with being clear about what is serving you and what isn't. That's the influence here. Now let's go into the recent past with this glow up, you being more alluring. You could have just gotten a lot of attention and you're not sure what to give your attention to. You're not sure, you're confused, you're trying to find clarity in the first half of August. And there could even be people fighting for you. And it's gotten a little out of hand. I mean, some of you are that attractive where you could be recently single and you've done all this work on yourself and you start dating and you're like, oh my God, I didn't expect this like stampede, right? That might apply to a small group of you. Yeah. Options and reevaluating multiple options. Wow. Okay. Some of you had multiple options in the past, but you were waiting for the person. The Emperor is, we'll say this is a high level person of interest. If this isn't about a romantic bond, this could be a father figure or someone in your dynamic in the soulmate bond who likes to have control. And there's a lot of illusory energy around this person and you trying to get a handle on things. But there's been a lot of confusion in this dynamic. And it's like you take the good with the bad, right? But it's difficult because it makes decision-making unclear and a bit distorted. This is distorted energy in the past because all it does is lead to confusion. If someone's trying to maintain their sense of control and it's gotten unhealthy, you're trying to fight your way out of something with absolute clarity around how it's really making you feel. Your emotions always guide you to the truth. As long as you're not filtering them through judgment and distorted perceptions, see it for what it is, how it's making you feel from day to day. And for those of you who are single, this is really about you trying to select the right person to really invest in and get to know. But you do have someone around you, Scorpio, that is either abusing their power in the connection or it's someone new and you're really trying to figure out if this is someone, if they are who they say, or if they are who they appear to be. And it's going to take you some time to figure that out. Let's talk about their feelings. This Ace of Pentacles, because this is a new opportunity to invest. They looking at you as somebody who's, I want to give Scorpio my time, energy, and attention. But what kind of attention is this? Why do I have an uneasy feeling here? I'm not sure why. The Fool, the Eight of Pentacles, the Two of Wands. There's some sort of distance between you and this person. They may have this intention in the first 2 weeks of August to start fresh, clean slate thinking here from this person. They have a vision and they are wanting to put in the work and the effort. For those of you who are calling in a new mate and you've met someone or you are about to meet someone who has what you're looking for, this is someone who's going to put the work in and do a new beginning and investing in this with overall vision for where it should go. Just watch out for any kind of control, right? This wanting to, if they're reaching out and you're not getting back in a timely manner and they're kind of shaming you for that, or it just feels like you're losing a bit of your power along the way, right? Be careful of that because could be what's happening for all of you is just be careful, be mindful of you giving away your power to someone. What are your feelings here? You're wrapping up a cycle. Trying to come back into balance. You're having a hard time because you could have invested in a situation, Scorpio, that there's been a lot of confusion on how to make things run in a smooth, this is harmonious, this is balanced for me experience. There's been quite a bit of just that the Charlie Brown good grief kind of vibes here. Like, really? But we have 2 major arcana buffering it. So with the world, actually 3. So you are wrapping up a cycle. For some of you, you're wrapping up a cycle where you've been disappointed in your previous experiences. And it's taken you quite a bit of time to come back into balance with your own independence after releasing something from the past that was an unhealthy attachment. and going through the necessary loss and grief process. Others of you, this is someone that you're currently dealing with, and it's not so easy, right? It's not so easy. You've got your good days and your bad days, but the first part of August, you are ready to step out of that dynamic and make some significant changes because you've grown wise to the situation. But I am seeing ultimately what you're after, Scorpio, is you want to feel good at the end of the day about the people that you're investing in, okay? Because if you find yourself that you're in a similar scenario, no matter what you do, so sometimes we repeat lessons. They keep coming back in order for us to get it, all right? So the biggest thing, though, is about cherishing what you're learning regardless. There's some sort of mutual energy right now. I thought it was moving toward, let's see. It's interesting because there's a very stark contrast between the singles and the people who are actually dealing with someone. Because the singles are like, oh, this could be really good, right? Maybe my, days of feeling like I wasn't going to meet the right person might be behind me. I'm, tentatively opening up here. Others of you, this is someone you've been dealing with, and this person feels like they have a vision, but what I'm concerned about is that all of the expectation they're putting into upholding a vision instead of letting things flow, which puts a lot of pressure on you and the relationship as it forms or as it continues to deepen. Okay. Oh, wow. Whenever I see there's such a duality here. We have the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Cups with the Knight of Cups. So it's like 1 foot in the door and 1 foot out. But the mutual energy is still giving to it nonetheless. For some of you. Others of you, this is literally 1 foot out of ending one cycle and 1 foot into calling in something really beautiful. Okay? So take it as it resonates for people who are single and for people who are dealing with an ongoing situation in a relationship. The commitment may be on the line because there's some sort of unhealthy energy here around either the emotional reciprocity isn't on point or you keep having these misunderstandings. You have this clarity, you reach a new vision, and then you have another misunderstanding. And it doesn't mean you give up. It just means that you're kind of tired of the same old situation returning again and again. And you're digging deep the first half of August to really sort this out. And part of it, what I'm seeing from their side is they have a lot of expectations. And you're just like, you know what? I mean, I'm trying to come into balance with this. But I feel like you're being pushed so much to your limit that maybe this person's like, you give them, what is that? That you give them one, I forgot this saying. Something about, I can't remember it. Given an inch, they take a mile. So if you're giving this person an inch and they're taking a mile, this means like you're over functioning or you're over giving in a situation and it's creating, you're not feeling respected. I think what you want to move toward is determining once and for all how much you can tolerate in a situation and still remain, and how much of it are you losing your sense of self in it as you go. You do have an opportunity to release whatever's been upsetting you in the first 2 weeks of August. And for a lot of you, this is about really finding someone that you could really work with. It's like give and take, compromise. I'm concerned they keep pointing at this person's vision and their expectations, and they're putting so much energy toward it, but they might have a feeling of wanting to control, right? And not allowing you to be who you are, or reverse the roles. For some of you cross watchers, it's just, it feels like a little distortion there around control. What's the Queen of Swords here in the near future, Scorpio? This feels like a complicated situation for people who've been dealing with someone. It's not so easy. I understand this. The confusion is very real with that Seven of Cups in the recent past. Seven of Swords over the Queen of Swords with Justice and the Three of Swords. Yeah. Scorpio, you've been getting, I think, a little bit hurt in a connection for those of you who are in something. And let's not even say a little bit hurt. I think that there's been quite a bit of difficulty here, especially with the Seven of Swords. you're erecting boundaries in the near future, or maintaining boundaries around a situation that at the end of the day, there's a lot of fear around it continuing to create more distress. And Spirit is indicating with a justice and a temperance here is, if something is throwing you off balance and you feel like it's Groundhog's Day, you know, it's there's some sort of lesson being learned here. So Spirit wants you to take a look at that very strongly the first half of August. What is the lesson here? You know, when you have something that's as equally painful as it is pleasurable, it's a very difficult situation. Oh, wow. Where did this come from? This fell out, y'all, while I was shuffling. It's right over your feelings. You're a lot of you determining in the first half of August that the longer you go staying in this connection, the unhealthier it seems, the more volatile it's becoming, the more you feel like you're stuck or you're dealing with something that it's very difficult for it to come into a state of equilibrium between what this person is really putting into it and what you're putting into it, or what their expectations are of this. They are looking at a new beginning. And for those of you that are single, be mindful of the fears that are going to start coming up for you the minute you start opening up. Fears of an impending doom, right? Don't doomsday a new relationship experience if you're dating somebody and things are running pretty smoothly, but you're also still uncertain. And there's a lot of self-doubt coming into play, okay? So hold space of safety and security inside the best you can, Scorpio, if you're navigating either situation the first 2 weeks of August. It's interesting that it fell right over this. It's like there's so much difficulty with this really being fulfilling for you. For those of you who are in a connection. Yeah, there's a lot of mental stress and anxiety, Scorpio, and you've been very patient with this person. Let's go into what you don't see coming here with the Knight of Wands. You might be in a situation where the person's just really unreliable, unstable, walking around on eggshells, having disagreements, undermining the connection, not feeling safe and secure here, Scorpio. It's definitely something that's been on repeat. Two of Cups sideways. It's like the love is starting to wane here. The desire to continue to put effort into this. And for others of you, this is like, is this just going to be a situationship? I'm worried. Do they feel the same way? This is all those self-limiting, emotions that could come up when you're not feeling quite secure in your attachment to something. Two of Cups sideways is either the love is off or it just has not yet solidified enough because enough time has not passed. But try not to project fears of an ending as you move toward your Ten of Cups here and towards your star. For those of you who are calling in someone new, it's making you look at the way you distrust and how that plays a role in the formation of a connection, of a new bond. You may realize going into this that you've still got a lot of work to do around your wounds. For those of you who are calling in a new connection here. Three of Pentacles, sideways. Again, you're having a difficult time getting on the same page with somebody, Scorpio. Or you've had a difficult time. Yeah, some of you, it's a commitment that's just struggling the first half of August. And I'm sorry to report that. It's just there's something that's undermining this. The Knight of Wands is kind of just an energy that takes more than it gives, okay? Yeah, and there's a tree being pretty much completely obliterated. I hear sticks going through the chopper. So there might be something on the chopping block in August for you. I mean, if this isn't a romantic connection, it's somebody who you have had a great deal of difficulty with, who throws their authority around, right? We're talking about that wounded masculine nature. They have to be right. They're reactive. They're always needing, to fix things. They could be avoidant, right? They have high expectations. They might be cold and distant, competitive. So be mindful, because with the Devil showing up twice and the Emperor with illusion here and with the pain going on, and the lack of trust and fear coming up, that this might not be as balanced as you thought it would be. Be careful whatever you commit to, okay? With anyone when it comes to shared love. This could be a boss figure who you're at your wit's end. Distance yourself the best you can from anyone that is causing you to feel hurt, okay? The acorn is what is the seeds that are being planted right now, and how can you adjust in what you're giving to something, right? So be careful with the seeds you're planting, because if you're repeating a cycle, it's time to release yourself, emancipate yourself from a dynamic that may be really undermining your ultimate happiness. And try not to project fears into anything new, Scorpio, okay? Let's get some advice from Spirit. Let's get some advice from Spirit. Ooh, Two of Cups came out in reverse. Yeah. You may decide that this is not the love. You could have already fallen out of love with someone, or it's just not a harmonious union. Yeah. There's a lot of stalling and delays and obstacles and challenges that have overcome this connection. And I think that if you know what you need to do and you're prolonging it, delaying it even further is just delaying the grief. And I think that you could be deciding to end a connection in the first half of August. It doesn't have to be a romantic union, y'all. It could be somebody who just said, you know what, this has done enough harm, or at least get some space. You know, the Hangman is an energy of detaching with love. So you could go and you can, out of your own free will, become enlightened. If you're uncomfortable in a situation and it's causing you to feel a great deal of loss and sadness, and the love is waning, or it's just left the building, and you're like, this isn't love. I'm getting that. This isn't love. This isn't the way a loving friendship should be, a loving family relationship should be, or a loving partner should be. Something's on the chopping block. I don't even think I've even ever heard that here since I moved in here. So let your heart guide and lead you forward the rest of the first half of the month. You might be having to face some sort of pattern. You got to love yourself enough, Scorpio, right, to embrace your own light and really look at the truth of it with this Hangman, right? There's so many different signs here. It'd be too hard to say, but we had a strong Capricorn energy, Aries, Pisces, a lot of Aries, Taurus. All right, yeah. A lot of majors. So this could be a pretty big turning point as far as the accumulation of the lessons and the life experience that you've had in this connection to know better now. What is the Sacred Forest Oracle, Spirit, for Scorpio? First half of August in this soulmate bond. Pay attention for the all signs to come out. I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm going to do all signs Lionsgate activation. I can't wait to do it. There's going to be a lot of fun goodies. It's kind of morphing in with some of the content I've been creating on Sundays lately. I think I'm going to be shifting into an all signs every other Sunday. And we're also going to be talking about some other things as well beyond the tarot and oracle. So stay tuned for that. There'll be chapters, so you can skip ahead if you don't want to. If you just want to listen to your guidance, right, for that particular reading, you don't have to listen to all the other stuff. Yeah. You know what? This is about your own growth and expansion. And if you have a connection in your life that's causing you a lot of restriction, you know, who was it? Flynn Skidmore. I learned this a while ago. You know, this is about, you want relationships in your life that help you expand and grow, not shrink. So if you're shrinking in a situation and you are receding away from your true self, your authentic way of being, who you are, to accommodate someone, it's not the right person in your life, okay, Scorpio? 37 breaks down to 10. End of a completion of a cycle. Starts over with 1, breaks down, 10 breaks down to 1. You are facing a brand new beginning in your life in the month of August, Scorpio. This is the spirit guardian of summer. So this is happening in real time, okay? Vitality, health, success, abundance, healing, and passion are expanding in your life. However, you can't sit back and wait for it to happen. The energy of summer is in the energy is the energy of working with passion in the direction of your dreams. Give it everything you've got. An immense reward will follow. Do not sit on the sidelines. Work hard, play hard. Your labor will pay off. If you hold back and repress what you feel during this time, you will become drained and your spirit will wane. This is not the time to take care of everyone else, Scorpio. This is the time to step forward with passion and delight. You'll be glad that you did. The most earth energy is available to us during the summer season. It is when we can access the greatest amount of sunlight and spiritual light, so that the power of the sun can pour into our hearts. Work with passion, Scorpio. Don't hold back. Take positive steps in the direction of your dreams now in order to reap the harvest later. Your hard work will result in abundance, bounty, and beauty. Celebrate. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. So, incidentally, this is about expansion. So whatever's holding you back, for those of you who are single, I do see this as a positive thing, as long as you don't let the fear speak louder than the love that's developing in this situation. Okay, if you're still coming together with someone, you're not yet in a commitment, and you're worried during the dating process, try to squelch those anxieties the best you can, and make sure you hold the same vision. This person is indicating that in order for this to be a new beginning and invest in it, they have a strong vision of what it should be. So make sure you have conversations, if this is someone new in your life, around what their vision is. What is it? Because that's what they're putting their energy toward, that expectation. So you might want to get clear on the future direction of this connection and what it means for both of you, and explicitly what they are wanting here, because I feel this very strong energy that could get out of hand around their needs and their need to control outcomes in this situation. Okay? Regardless, I do believe that for a lot of you, this is about see the writing on the wall here. If you're in something that's unhealthy, it's time to make those corrections and have those really hard, uncomfortable conversations in the beginning of August. There's some sort of wisdom and lesson that needs to be learned here, Scorpio. And it is hard, it's difficult, but this is what helps break us out of our discomfort so we can heal. The healing always, and I know it's very counterintuitive, but it's true. Healing is in facing the pain. Okay? Because the more you ignore it, the more pain you're putting yourself through. Okay? I'm sending so much love. I will see you all soon. Take care. In the all signs.